Hello folks. Well, many of you have seen my previous videos on one of my favorite quadcopters and also a favorite among the students I teach and spectators alike. I've had several of them since they were first introduced by Cheerson years ago. The tiniest of the Cheerson line is the one called Cheerson Stars, not to be confused with the next bigger one. Well, over the years, that tiny one-cell 80 milliamp battery has deteriorated to the point where they no longer work. I've searched high and low for replacement batteries and found new old stock ones, but they have also deteriorated. I ordered and tried other small batteries for it, but they just would not fit inside. And even though I could mount it, it's just too heavy to fly. I replaced the batteries on all four of mine. This was the newest and latest one I ordered, but alas, it would only fly 10 seconds, so that battery was history too. Had to do something. You know, when I purchased the last 4 replacement batteries, I was disappointed because I took a lot of time to put them in, and none of them would even take a charge. So when I contacted the seller of them and the Cheerson Stars, he said that they were all new old stock and new replacements were no longer available and the Cheerson was no longer in business. Well, that really surprised me, because I have many Cheerson things that work really good. So I asked him if there was anyone making this tiny quad anymore, and he replied Hubsan. So I ordered one on Amazon for $19.99 and decided to compare the two for you. Although they are both advertised as the world's smallest production quadcopter, the Hubsan can now claim that title since it is still in production. And the key word here is production. So as we will see, they're entirely different, as I will explain and show you, but equally fun to fly. So let's take a look. Turn this one on so you can see the difference as I find a switch. There it is. Red lights on the back. Alright, let's see how this does. So if I push the switch down on the left, oh, that's headless mode. Alright, so the right stick on this one will do the flip. So I push that down. See, that one drops. Let's try that again. See, that one drops more and the Hubsan actually stays up further. So we'll try that one more time. It always drops, so you've got to compensate on the stick as fast as you can. Okay. This is the only good one I have left. This is a lot harder to get it in to the slots because they have to be just right. And you don't want to close the props on the thing, so and that's the Cheerson. Trim switches are a little easier to figure out too, and the power switch is here on the back. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Also, it's the switch on the side, on-off switch, is much easier to see. Turn that on. Red lights are on the back, blue are on the front. That's good, that's the way it should be, kind of like a car. We'll launch it and see how this thing goes. Well, that's nice and smooth. Alright, let's see how the flip goes. So, I'm just going to push down the left stick. Okay, blinking, so that means we're out of power, so we'll go ahead and land it. Yeah, I like it. Now, you know, I put the little screw on this because I'm a pincher and I have much more control over this way. Just like that. Now I have something that I can easily grab and I can still push it down to do the flip. Well, the slots here are really great because the landing gear just fits right in there and you can drop this in really easy. And the props are marked A and B. Also, the legs are marked A and B, so it makes it really easy to put the props on if you break one. So, and that also is really nice because you can put all of the 12 props inside here, just like this, and close your lid, and you can carry your spare props with you, so you got the whole package. Pretty cool. And I'm very happy to have found another one. Well, it's obvious to me that there are lots of differences between the two, and the Hubsan is not an exact clone of the Cheerson. The differences are minor, but are as follows. The trim switches on the Hubsan transmitter is easier to use and more conventional than the round buttons on the Cheerson transmitter. Also, the power on switches on the back of the Hubsan making it easier to put the bigger door on the front and make it easier to put the drone away. Also, the flipping is done with the left stick getting depressed on the Hubsan, and it's easier to do that because pressing the right stick on the Cheerson can make it fly away from its hovering position, as it's harder to maintain a good hover when pressing down on that stick. And I like that. You run out. Also, I noticed that if I do a hard crash into something, you need to shut off the transmitter and the drone, then back on to recenter the gyros on the Hubsan. Also, the Hubsan came with 12 props versus the 4 that came with the Cheerson. And lastly, the Hubsan transmitter is small like the Cheerson, but it's more ergonomic and easier to hold. So I don't know if it's a perfect beginner quad, as it's small and really fast, so it can easily get away from you, especially if you can't see it. But if you're already a good quad flyer, you'll probably not break it and you'll have lots of fun. So again, you're probably going to be able to find the Cheerson Stars on the internet, but the battery could be disappointing. Maybe the battery of the Hubsan will work in them, but I'll worry about that later. It's only for $19.95 on Amazon. I'm pretty happy to have it. It's a lot of fun. So thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe. Make sure to click the bell to stay tuned to see what's coming up next. Until then, this is a Night Flyer signing off.